My name is Sanjiv Marwah. I'm the director of JK Business School. Good to see to go back. Two senior colleagues have already set the tone. I'm a gold medalist 1988 batch. Joined DCM. It's a very old group of our country as a management trainee. So did another MBA with DCM, and then worked there for about a couple of years. Rose to become a senior manager, and then moved on to a very young company known as Onida. Some of you, I'm sure most of you would have heard the brand Onida over the years. So got associated with them for many, many years before I decided to move to academics. I was lucky I moved out about 11, 12 years of corporate life, and today almost have seen about 12, 14 years both sides of industry and academic. They're very, very different. Unfortunately, they need to be working closely, but it doesn't happen in our country. That's the most unfortunate part of the India and the industry. Both need to be blamed for that. And the sufferers are the students that go to colleges, engineering colleges and business colleges today. I worked with this group, JK, in 2009. I was director for about a year, moved on to establish another business school in Delhi known as Ella Business School. Worked there for 5 years and joined back again 3 years back as the director for the second time. JK Business School is, fortunately, Professor Matra has already set the tone for the legacy of institutes. We are also one of those groups which believe in philanthropy, which has been in existence for about 129, 30 years, which has established a couple of school colleges over the years. Unfortunately, I must state that, sitting in company of Professor Mahapatra, that most of the business schools and engineering colleges today are run by Lalajis and less by corporate executives or corporate professionals or industrial houses. That's sad part of the story because this is also part of the responsibility of Indian businesses to invest into education. Education and industry need to work hand in hand. Globally, if we look up to the top 100 schools, top 1,000 schools, we find we are struggling. And there's only one reason that comes to our mind is that industry, academia disconnect. I'm sure we'll have a lot of discussion on that. JK Business School is about 12 years old, is trying to find its feet in an extremely competitive market for business school students. We've been doing fairly well. I'm glad one of my colleagues today complimented today in the morning that your school seems to be working hard. I told him that the results are still not good enough, but we would have expected number of applications. Everybody wants to have a couple of thousand applications for those 100 students that you want to pick. It's a struggle to pick up a couple of 1:10 ratio. But then we are striving hard to have 1:10 selection in our favor. And I'm sure, like us, most of the other good schools are also finding it difficult to get 1:10 acceptance level. It's a competitive market. Students have a lot of choices. They look into various factors. Placements is one of the most important factors which comes easily to establish industrial houses. And fortunately, we also have been part of this. I agree with Professor Mahapatra that this year happened to be a little early because thanks to our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, he announced the demonetization on 9th of November. And 10th November, we were all sitting in my office and thinking about what will happen if the industry decides not to hire or low hiring. We would be into a tough situation. So I'm sure all good B schools, including us, we strived hard, advanced our placements by about a month. December month, I think most of the institutes like ours and Jaipuria and others slogged it out and advanced the placement process, and it went off very well. So all those fears of industry struggling were not to be true, and the placements of the students actually happened extremely well, almost like last year, maybe better than last year. So it's a evolving country. Ours is an evolving industry. All of us are stretching ourselves to make the difference, to ensure that the young boys and girls who commit themselves to a business career are able to get the best out of it. Unlike our times, I wrote my MBA exam because I was told that many thousands apply and only 30 get selected. So I applied. I was lucky to have got through, went to the class, and I was like hazily looking at what's happening around me. I didn't know why Hindustan Lever will have 4 different brands. That was the first session I attended. And it was a all stage of days all those years. But we got into it because, I mean, we never knew what business program would make difference to our lives. But today, the boys and girls are much more educated. They know what they're looking out for. Their expectations are very different. I'm sure today discussion we would be touching upon the topic. Thank you very much for bearing with me. Thank you.